before laying me down to sleep. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. Hope's not too late for me.
Alright, what's up, y'all? It's J Dell, aka J Trap, whatever you want to call me. And I decided that I wanted to make this video because I had seen that on the internet a lot of people were lacking sympathy and empathy towards XXXTentacion's situation, and a lot of them felt that he deserved to die, or after he was shot and he wasn't confirmed dead, a lot of people were hoping that he had died, that I had seen. And, you know, through all Twitter, all my group chats that I'm in, I remove myself from all the group chats where people were displaying that type of negativity. Every time I see a negative tweet, I block all of those people, because that is honestly sickening, and it disturbed me to my core to know that people really thought that this young 20-year-old kid deserved to die, which of course he did not, because he was just a kid. He was still growing into himself. But before we delve further into that, I just wanted to talk about my personal connection with XXXTentacion, and then my journey along this grieving process that I know a lot of his fans, including myself, including some of my own family members, have been going through. Now, I guess we should start from the beginning of my journey, I guess. In January of 2017, that's when I started really becoming a fan of XXXTentacion. And little did I know that before then, my cousin Will, you know, he lives in Florida. He actually lives in Broward County, but he had been a fan of X and Ski from really just the very beginning. Like before he even had the blonde hair and he was just black hair. He was seeing him in shows. He was meeting up with them. Like, I might put a picture up right now to show you that yeah, he really had been meeting all of these people. And I actually met up with him and Ski one time, like last year, was it? It was a while ago. I didn't get a picture with him, though. It's cool. He was after a concert. But the point is, I have a personal connection with X, or I feel, so I'm able to, like, see him as, like, a real person, like someone who really has touched people in my life and affected people in my life. In addition to that, like, I guess a distant family member of mine is Forbes, who y'all may know as a videographer who shot a lot of things for Denzel Curry and XXX and Yoshi Tompkins and everybody in ULT back in the day. So I don't know. I just see him as an artist, yes, but also just see him as on a personal level as someone who's affected people in my own world. So seeing about his death, it really saddens me, because I understood that, you know, he was somebody who wasn't perfect. He wasn't somebody that was a saint, but he's someone who understood how this universe worked. He's someone that understood that at the end of the day, he should have been spreading positivity, and that's what he tried to do. I don't know, man. We'll get to it. I'm cool. I'm still going along. This only happened a couple of days ago. I'm still grieving. I know my cousin's still grieving. I know my fans are still grieving. So if this could help you in your grieving process as well, you know, just having someone to talk to about this, then keep watching this video. I'm not sure how long it'll be, but really, I guess it's just my grieve video. So yeah, January 2017, I started listening to him. And while around that time in my life, I wasn't suffering from any type of depression. I had suffered from depression when I was younger, around like junior high, you know, middle school. And I understood that if XXXTentacion, he only was a year older than me. If he were around when I was a kid and I was going through certain things and I didn't know what to do, I would look up to him. And I understood he would be able to guide me out of certain dark situations. So I had a little soft spot in my heart for all of his fans, because I understood that a lot of them were young kids who had just certain things going on that I knew that he was trying to get them out of. And he was just trying to do good, honestly. Which is just hurtful to me. Like, I don't understand who would, because you got so many rappers, right? And a lot of them really do love just spreading negativity and really are inviting their own death and really are trying to cause the death of others and just spread a whole bunch of negative energy. But they decided to take X. He was not like any of these other cats. Straight up. He was different. And I remember when he got out of jail, I was showing my mom his first radio interview, and I was talking to her about it, and she understood that he was somebody special. He wasn't just like one of these young kids. Like, no disrespect to Lil Pump, like, he's doing his thing, but Lil Pump's not trying to spread love in the way that X was trying to spread love and positivity and all these good vibes, despite the fact that, you know, it's bad vibes forever. But yeah. I don't know. When he was in jail, that's when I started really becoming a fan of his. And that's when his hype really started building up. And, you know, he had people like A$AP Rocky shouting him out and all of that. And that's also when the allegations that his girlfriend, or his ex-girlfriend rather, I'm not going to say her name just because I understand, like, I don't have any hate in my heart, despite some other people who have hate in their heart for her. Like, I honestly wish her nothing but the best and all positivity, because I understand this is a difficult time for her as well. And I understand that it's y'all not making it any easier by trying to harass her, by trying to kick her out of the vigil and all that. That's honestly hurt me when I saw that going on, because she loved him. And she knew him in a way that none of the fans could understand or know him. And it's not like he hated her. He loved her too. So for y'all to do something like that's I don't condone that at all. That was pretty terrible of all of y'all. My cousin was around. My cousin went to the vigil. I had to leave Florida like the day before. I mean, that's another thing. I was in Broward County when he got killed. And I was on a plane going back to California, which is where I am now. It was a long plane flight, but that's all I was thinking about, that flight, and I was just in shock. After I heard the news, and I had a picture, I took a picture of it. My eyes were red, but I wasn't crying. I didn't shed a tear until maybe like the next day, really. I was just angry and confused. Like, it didn't make sense to me. You know, Juice WRLD put out a track recently called Legends, dedicated to X and Lil Peep. And he was talking about how it was just unexpected. And it was unexpected. X was the last person that I expected to die. The last person I expected to be killed. Damn. This is wild. This is wild to me right here, just because I randomly picked up this vitamin water. But check out what the vitamin water is. You see that? It's XXX. I swear to God. I swear to God on my life. I swear to God on my unborn child's life. Like, I did not pick this shit out on purpose. What's it say? It says, what's it say? It says, if X marks the spot, 3 of them have got to be a good thing. And he was a good thing, man. Like, he had his own issues, he's had his own troubles, and people are trying to hate on him because of it and try to say that he deserved to die, or trying to say, like, oh, I'm not going to pray for him, and just a bunch of terrible things. And it hurts me when I hear things like that, because these people are terrible people. They think that they understand this 20-year-old kid who brought himself out of a dark situation. Somebody who was actively trying to better himself and was actively trying to better himself. Giving to charities, trying to help out his community, giving back to his community, trying to make amends for what he had done. And he's dead. His life was cut short at 20 years old. I get angry and I get sad just thinking about it. And I get angry at all the people who are trying to say that he deserved it. And I don't know what the point of this video is, but I'm just trying to put all of that energy out here because it's in me. It's been, what day is going on? Day 2, day 3 of this being the case, of him not being here anymore, of him not being able to help people anymore, of him not being able to make music anymore. I went to sleep last night thinking about it, and I woke up this morning thinking about it. And I can't go about my day normally anymore. I feel like I lost a friend of mine, honestly. Because he is somebody who I looked up to. He is somebody that I wanted to see evolve and grow as a person, because he understood things the way I see them and the way that a lot of people don't see them, on a universal spiritual level, where really all we are here to do is just spread positivity and spread love. And he was getting to that point. He was there. And he was going to continue to evolve as a human being. I saw it happen. And I saw it happening a year and a half ago. But he got killed in a senseless act of violence. I don't know. I think the purpose of this video is kind of getting lost. So I'm going to now make the purpose of this video really just for y'all to be a part of this grieving process with me. And for y'all to feel like y'all are not alone in feeling this way. I don't know about you guys. I was born in 1999. But XXXTentacion was the first celebrity that had died that has really hurt me and devastated me. Because I was rooting for him. And I used to have a dream of making music and becoming big. And just linking up with him and just talking to him about life and the universe and good things and bad things. Because I understood that I felt that we could bounce ideas off of each other. Like, I felt like I could talk to him on a certain level that I can't talk to a lot of people that I know in real life. And y'all could say it's idolizing or whatever, but it is what it is. I felt like I lost somebody. And I don't make videos like this really ever, but I decided to make it for this reason. And we going 12 minutes in, like, I don't know. I don't know what the point of this video is. I'm going to be honest with you. But fuck you if you honestly think that that nigga deserved to die. Fuck you if you were praying for his death after he got shot. Fuck you if you kicked his ex-girlfriend out the vigil. That's a different type of fuck you, though. Just acknowledge the fact that he was somebody's son. He was a part of a community that he was trying to help. He was a human in process of growing and becoming into himself and trying to grow as a person. And he was gunned down at 20 years old after, I don't know. I might make a more focused video after this, but this is like just raw for me, I guess. I made a song today, and I more or less dedicated it to him. I'm not gonna post it here, or like anytime soon, I don't think. You know, I'm not trying to like capitalize off of bro's death. It hurt me, and it still hurts me. Just the world is such a dark place, and I feel alone. And I feel like X was the type of person who would always be here, you know? Like the type of person everyone would be able to look at and say, like, y'all remember back when he was doing some crazy shit back 2017, 2016, when he was beefing with Rob Stone, and all those videos, his fight videos, and his old stories in Juvie and all that. Like, look where he is now. But we can't do that anymore. They took him from us. And what's crazy to me is how often he spoke on death in his interviews and in all of his songs. Like, listen to the Question Mark album. Like, Juice WRLD was not playing when he was talking about the eeriness of silence. If you listen to that album, and then you listen to the final track, his entire discography, his entire career is completely different now for me. Like, I can't listen to anything the same anymore. I guess if you get anything out of this video, it's going to be two things. You're a fan of him, and you felt like you were grieving in a certain grieving process, and you just wanted somebody to talk to me in the comments. Talk to me, yeah, in the comments, I guess. That's really it. And if you felt that way, then thank you. I mean, you're welcome, or whatever. I don't know. My job, I feel, is done if you feel you were able to connect with me on some level about how I'm feeling about the situation. And you understand that you're not alone in that. That means my job was done. And number two, I guess, the second goal is if you weren't a fan of him and you don't understand why people are feeling so sad and so shocked and so affected by his death, maybe it would help you to know now just my feelings on it. And that he wasn't a perfect person, but you'd be wrong to say he was a bad person. He's someone who made mistakes. But he's someone who knew how to love. He's someone who knew he should have been spreading positive energy.
Difference changing in the distance. Time consumes our image. Whoa. Before I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. Hope's not to